Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe this for a second, but somebody messaged me saying that IGN made a good zombies video talking about how COD Zombies became the biggest mode of all time? IGN? Have we really grown throughout the years? Ain't
Do
no
you
way.
remember
Ladies and
the
gentlemen,
first time you were attacked by a
Let's get
zombie
it.
horde? Corey Bowman does.
I don't
In
know.
2008,
oh,
long
my boy
before
Ink Slasher, man. Dude, so I think this is like almost like a biography of his
he had
words. But I'm
1.15
curious.
million subscribers to his Call of Duty
115.
channel. Bowman
He's got
was
the
a high
zombie
school
number.
student when he beat his first ever Call of Duty
Yes,
game,
sir, just
Call
like
of
many of
Duty
us.
World at War on the
Yup,
Xbox
the GOAT,
360.
the GOAT.
While the game ends its primary story in predictable fashion, with triumphant symphonies and images of valor in
I'd say it's far from predictable once you get to that next bunker bit,
World War
you know
II,
what I'm saying,
the
man.
end credits abruptly drop players
Yes,
into
sir.
something eldritch and otherworldly.
It's sad I never got to experience for the first time. My first Zombies map was Keynote or Toten. Anybody that was old enough to play this back in 2008, I
They suddenly
envy
see
you.
their avatar wake up in an
Yeah,
abandoned
bro.
bunker in a foggy corner
Way to
of the
start it
Pacific.
off.
And that's when
This
the title
really hit
appears
it
on
off.
screen
Yeah.
in blood red typeface.
That's it, yep.
Nazi zombies.
There it is,
the
man.
objective now isn't to win the
Can't even say that first word on YouTube anymore, man.
war, but
Crazy.
survive.
How Zombies became Call of Duty's biggest mode, and to me, I still think it is. I even think it's bigger than MP.
It
Maybe
was
not
a
Warzone,
surprise
but I don't
feature.
know.
Bowman, better known as Ink Slasher on YouTube,
boy, yes,
remembers
sir.
well. Recalling, I didn't know zombies existed in the game.
Nobody
You beat the
did.
game thinking it's a normal campaign.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
It sucks because when you buy World at War on PC now, Zombies is just automatically unlocked. But back in the day, you had to beat the whole campaign and then get it at the end, bro. That was crazy.
puts you into zombies.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know
was
it was
so
even
cool.
part of the game until it popped up.
Yeah.
Bowman's lasting impressions of the experience was also informed by vivid memories from his childhood of watching George Romero's classic
Rest in peace. And can you believe that George Romero has passed away now for over 6 years? We literally made a memorial live stream for him back in Z House 2. That was 2017. So it's almost been 7 years.
Night of the Living Dead while on a
Wow.
family vacation. And despite it only being 2008, it was still a nascent
Oh,
era
man,
for social media,
YouTube, bro,
particularly
yes.
YouTube. Bowman points out that it was a
Yes.
time when audiences could still be taken by surprise because not
I fully agree. You weren't able to just Google all the answers and get the Easter egg guide from Mr. Waffles back in 2008. No, bro. This was about immersion. This was something I don't know if Call of Duty Zombies can ever replicate again because of the culture we live in nowadays.
Not everything
That's
was
such
spoiled
a
ahead
great
of time
point,
on
Isaac.
Reddit and Twitter.
Let's go.
It was also in the late 2000s when zombies rose from the grave as a genre du jour of the time.
Yeah.
Movies like 28 Days
Dude,
Later,
exactly, 28
Shaun of
Days
the
Later,
Dead, and
yeah.
the Dawn of the Dead remake
Classics.
contributed to pop culture's
Icons.
zombie outbreak.
Yeah.
A couple of years after Bowman's shock experience came the
Yeah.
television phenomenon, The Walking
And
Dead.
The Walking Dead literally put everything back on the map. And keep in mind, Walking Dead released with Black Ops 2. 2012 was peak COD Zombies, bro. And I mean, The Walking Dead also started in 2010, and that was BO1. So again, peak zombies. Peak
Since the
zombies
release
time.
of Call of Duty World at War, unloading ammo into the undead has become a popular reoccurring feature that stands out amid the wider Call of Duty franchise. It's
yeah.
still very much present today,
yeah.
16 years after its initial
It just sucks because you swap the MW3 zombies footage and it's just like, yeah, it's still there, but it like, look how different it is. It's so much more of like a tactical game shooter. Like the zombies have health bars now and you're like in a war zone field. BO6, please bring it back to what we know. You know?
debut in both the standalone Call of Duty Warzone Battle Royale spin-off and the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
baby.
But
Yes.
how and why does Call of Duty Zombies keep coming back like a virulent infection?
It has been so big now, I think that it gathers all different types of community. You have storyline lovers, you have gameplay lovers, you have high round runners, you have Easter egg lovers. It's all there, man. There's all sectors of it. It's grown that big, man.
How can a glorified add-on feature of a blockbuster video game franchise maintain its own fandom?
Exactly.
Longtime fans of Call of Duty like Ink Slasher tell IGN that the killer combination of the series' signature shooting mechanics, combined with the sheer visceral fun of killing
Yeah.
zombies, means it will always be popular even when zombies have decayed from mainstream tastes.
It's funny because I, even as a zombies creator, don't even believe that that's what makes zombies so good. I think the best part of zombies is the adventurous aspect. Like, I'm definitely a BO3 zombies lover. I like the aspect of adventuring, and going through these different crazy fantastical worlds that you would never be able to in real life. And I think that's the key to zombies, because zombies is really just a way for an economy to be built inside of a game. You know, like getting points, you shoot the zombies, you buy the doors, you buy the perks, you buy the guns, right? To me, zombies was all about adventure, and I think that is what grabs everyone. It's not just a shooting mode like multiplayer is, you know? Bro, I won't lie, the trailer for MW3 was pretty hype. This was a good trailer, but it just sucks that the game wasn't that great.
And actor/filmmaker Stephen Ford, best known for his roles in shows like Private Practice and Teen Wolf, is equally passionate about the mode.
He loves zombies?
Other zombie media, I don't care about them anymore, but I will play Call of Duty Zombies every time it comes.
Because guess what? When you play Call of Duty Zombies, it's a better action movie than any zombies movie I've watched recently. Outside of the George Romero's and the classics, man. Yeah, it's so true.
Comes out. I know people that buy Call of Duty just to play zombies.
Me, bro.
Initially envisioned by developer Treyarch as the type of tower defense style game that was prevalent on flash sites, Call of Duty Zombies typically challenge 1 to 4 players to start out with meager supplies in a minimally protected safe zone. By killing zombies, players accrue in-game currency to obtain upgrades including better weapons and stronger defenses. This gameplay loop proved to be instantly addictive and remained strong a decade and a half after its initial.
And then they put it to MW3 Zombies footage, but there's no doors. There's no buyable doors. There's a mystery box, but who cares? Because you load in with the right weapon anyway, you know? Like, it's crazy how far we've detracted from the beginning, but I think now with Black Ops 6, we're finally getting back on track, you know?
Debut.
Like, it's so jarring.
The creation of Zombies had rather serendipitous beginnings. In a personal blog post dated November 11th, 2008, Jesse Snyder, creator of Zombies and World at War, wrote that it was all pretty much an accident. During the development process, Treyarch wanted a fun extra in the spirit of the memorable airplane level in the franchise's previous mega hit.
And they did. They literally beat this level out the park, man. Zombies, I would say, is way bigger than this level now.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, developed by Infinity Ward.
Right. What an iconic mission.
The studio's first idea
was
to...
I think most people, when they think of COD 4, think of this mission.
Players experienced the invasion of Normandy from the German side of the trenches, but the developers very reasonably nixed that idea. Later,
which is why the first custom Zombies map was actually this setting, which is another fun fact there.
Snyder revealed that someone pointed out that the animation of Japanese soldiers being dazed by rocket strikes looked like zombies. Separately, Snyder was interested in subverting the series' expectations about...
So they practically already had the animations built, which is just such a coincidental accident.
Survival and resolution, as he explained on his blog, saying, "I still really like the concept of being overrun and not really being able to win. One thing that is common in most Call of Duty games is the feeling that you're invincible, that when things go wrong, you'll be okay, and that everyone lives to see the
respawn mechanic."
Snyder pitched to Treyarch producer Dan Buntin the idea of a tower defense minigame, because the concept was both addictive to play and easy to put together.
And it's interesting because even Cold War goes back to that tower defense type gameplay, right? Like with Firebase Z, you get those literal defense rounds that's just defend this one system in the map, you know? I don't think tower defense elements are bad. I just think Zombies does it in such a unique way that it shouldn't detract from what the mode already is, you know?
Snyder thought doing their own version would be a pretty big hit. Buntin passed on Snyder's idea, but Snyder was sure it could work. The final piece came when a fellow designer introduced Snyder to a flash zombie defense game, The Last Stand, which Snyder wrote about on his blog.
It's actually wild that these flash games literally created zombies. Like, look, it's got the zombies, it's got the hellhounds, bro. Like,
zombies run towards you and start tearing at a large barricade that is protecting your area. If they break through, you're pretty much toast. So you move around in your little section of the screen shooting various guns to try and keep them from breaking in. The rules are pretty standard for a tower defense game. After every round, you get some points which you can spend on building back your barricade. Looking for...
Like, technically, when you look at a zombies game, it literally started its own genre. Like, I would define it as like a rogue-like, but almost a rogue-lite. Even lighter than a rogue-lite, you know? Like, it's so in its own lane. It's unreal.
Survivors, and looking for a new weapon. So depending on how you play, you might choose to get a new weapon, or more people to help you defend, or simply build up your defenses. So I played a few rounds and had a huge epiphany. In IGN's original review of World at War, critic...
I mean, just like everybody else, man, that epiphany moment came. And it's weird that everybody experiences on this mode for Call of Duty, you know?
Jason Ocampo described Zombies as a
fun little arcade mode that's complete with item stores and power-ups.
Yeah.
The value of what you're getting is very good for the asking price, and Treyarch did a very admirable job with this game.
This is a very old IGN review, bro. That was like OG 2008.
Its inclusion in World at War, Zombies returned as a more robust cooperative feature in the 2010 game Call of Duty Black Ops, with more maps and different characters. One of the maps is the Pentagon, and players control historical figures. John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon.
See, this is what I mean. Black Ops 1 was the epitome of mixing the real world with the fantastical and making it just that cool.
McNamara and Fidel
That's
Castro,
what I hope BO6
whose off-the-record negotiation
to.
session is interrupted by a zombie outbreak.
Yeah.
There was a stark contrast to Call of Duty's tonally serious presentation of geopolitical conflict in its main story campaigns.
But I think that's what works. People just like to laugh it off sometimes. It doesn't have to all be serious, you know?
With Zombies almost always taken on a satirical grindhouse movie vibe. Hollywood celebrities like Bruce Campbell, Ron Perlman, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jeff Goldblum.
Crazy names have been in here. And honestly, I think Black Ops 6, genuinely, if they went all out, they could get some big current names too, bro. Like Kevin Hart, The Rock, bro, Kai Cenat. People are joking he's going to be an operator in the Black Ops 6.
And many more have lent their likeness as player avatars.
Literally, George Romero.
Zombies are no longer the red-hot subgenre in the wider culture, Zombies continues to be a Call of Duty staple. It's regularly resurrected to tremendous fanfare, with many appearances in title games like Call of Duty Ghosts.
I mean, Ghosts had extinction, you know? It's not really the same thing, but I mean, people like to compare it, you know? I find that fascinating. It is kind of like its own horde-based zombies mode, that's true.
Advanced Warfare, World War II, Vanguard, and in every installment of the Black Ops sub-series, including Black Ops 6. Ford, an avid player of Zombies since Black Ops, believes there's an elegant simplicity that has contributed to its lasting appeal.
I literally think like Origins is what was the pinnacle of what made Zombies. Like this intro cinematic for Origins is probably the best cutscene Call of Duty has ever made. Like what a great shot to illustrate that point.
Combined with the series' signature fine-tuned shooting mechanics, the targets being zombies lets players indulge in guilt-free violence. He also adds that zombies are a palate cleanser that jolts the player after experiencing heavy storytelling in the main game.
Very true, because it's just mindless, bro. It literally is, but it doesn't even have to be, because there's so many complex Easter eggs. Like that's the nice part about it. Like it can be its own campaign if you want to, but it can also just be fun.
Add in, the thing with Call of Duty is that they get big and bombastic, very Michael Bay, with geopolitical intrigue. It gets very intense. Zombies, on the other hand, is like blowing off steam. Bowman offers his own insight on how Zombies still keeps fans' attention, saying, when they integrate it with a good story and good characters, that's what pulls me in. When it first started, it was a mystery.
Exactly. I mean, Ink Slasher hit the nail on the head, bro. This is an incredible video, IGN. I'm shocked. This might be the best video I've ever seen IGN make on COD Zombies, period, man.
It threw you in and you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on while there's all these zombies.
That's the best part. And that's why it worked so well when the internet didn't evolve at that point. We didn't know what to do. And so it was literally people just brute forcing things, trying things over and over and over. And that's what literally people fell in love with that. Like so many people I know don't even play zombies anymore, but they love zombies back when they would just Easter egg hunt all the maps without the internet knowing anything. And that was a crazy time, man.
That was the part that pulled me in. As Ink Slasher, Bowman says that he sees players always intrigued by the connections between the main story and the zombies mode. Noting, the thing I focus on with my channel is the story of the game, and between the campaign and the zombies, there always tends to be this gap.
It is interesting, because campaign has its own story, but bro, what are people talking about like 3-4 months into the COD game, especially with Black Ops? We're talking about zombies, man, because we're constantly getting new storyline updates. And again, with the Dark Ether story in Black Ops 6, I'm not sure how to feel about that, because this is the first time I felt like a storyline hasn't really intrigued players, even as much as like Chaos in Black Ops 4, or obviously OG Primus, Ultimus, or Victus. So pretty interesting how they actually hit the nail on that head. And honestly, I think this video is good, IGN, because of Ink Slasher. This guy actually knows what he's talking about.
People ask if things are canon. I think they do that with zombies. They
Literally,
leave things
all the time.
open-ended so they can try and figure them out.
Literally, there's so many trailers in BO3 that are just what-if scenarios, you know? What if this happened? Or what it's not even real, you know?
That's how it started getting its own cult following. After 16 years, Call of Duty continues to experiment with zombies. Neither Bowman nor Ford knew what to expect with the upcoming version, except that they'll try it out. But they
And I think ultimately, I think everybody should try them out, but don't even buy the game. Don't even fully buy the game if you're not sure. You can buy it for less than $20 on Xbox Game Pass. I would do that.
do have certain expectations, as Bowman explains.
Yeah.
I think it's important for games to do something new.
Yes.
It's just,
Very
when you have
true.
something that's been a staple like this, and you mess it up, the cult following is going to be very angry.
And it's true. I don't think you have to completely change the formula. I think you just have to change what we are seeing, you know? And that's what makes OG Zombie so good. The realism and the fantastical meshing that well. And I think, like, MW3 is just a little bit too much realism, you know? Even Cold War was a little bit too much realism, too much Warzone mechanics. Go back to that BO3, BO4 craziness, you know? That's what people
Ford,
want.
speaking about zombies' ongoing popularity, he thinks a lot of it is down to nostalgia. Add it.
100%. Yes, I fully agree. And it's also just because, I'll be honest, the older zombie games are much more replayable than the newer stuff. I mean, I'm still making videos on BO3. People are still making custom content on BO3 PC, bro. Like, and I would even argue a lot of that content is better than what we get in the main games nowadays, you know?
Most of us playing COD now are in our 20s and
Exactly.
30s. We
Yep.
played zombies when we were pretty young in this
Oh, yeah.
golden era of gaming. It's
Literally.
nostalgia for this time when the game was huge,
Oh,
when
yeah.
zombies were huge, and
Yeah.
staying up till 4 a.m. with no responsibilities. Combine that with the challenge element, let's get to level whatever. It's why we keep
Yes.
coming back. It's comforting.
Round 100, baby. It's so true. This is, honestly, Ink Slasher, shout out to you, man. You literally made this video because you absolutely understand what brings people back. It's not the storyline like what people say. It's not even necessarily the gameplay. It's just the way zombies is. It's the adventure, man. It's that progression. That's why you can't mess up with that. Once you mess up with that, that's when we get open world zombies. That's when you go away from that round-based formula. You know, that's when things start not becoming like zombies, you know?
Every year we get a new Call of Duty, and there's always something people complain about. But we go
Yes.
to zombies and go, it's zombies. It's the way it's always been.
It's true, but what's unironically very scary about that quote is that that quote could actually change one day. It might not just be zombies one day, you know? And I think people are sort of feeling that now with Treyarch from Black Ops 3 and 4 sort of moving on, and that studio has now sort of dispersed, and all these developers are sort of everywhere in the gaming industry now. And what Treyarch currently is, I would say, is like 15% original BO3 Treyarch, and now it's like a bunch of new people there, but still, I think the magic can still be recreated as long as there's proper guidance. And I think Kevin Drew, the man behind Zombies, he's there, man. He gets it. And so I put my faith in him, and I think he's going to make a banger with Black Ops 6.
We couldn't have put it better
Genuinely.
ourselves.
Great video. IGN, wow. Round 100 on Knock to end it off, bro. We made it. Man.
For more videos like this one, make sure to
IGN,
watch our 20th anniversary
I am
special.
genuinely impressed. I am genuinely impressed. This is the first IGN video I will actually like, even though it's already got so many dislikes. But IGN, pat on the back for that one. Sheesh.